Welcome to SEMA. Let's check out some cars.
This was the first year I've been to SEMA, and for someone that spends most of their time outdoors, it was wild, but such a great time. Let me show you some of the builds that stuck out the most. I love this teal wide-body Porsche 997. It was right next to not one, but two RWB Porsche builds. There were actually 3 total at the show-off that I'm aware of. There's a really nice 1972 Nissan Skyline. Of course, Rockstar Garage's brand new Gridlock Alter Ego. Carly Suspension coming in with a 2023 F250 Super Duty with their 5.5-inch Dominator system on it, custom-tuned King 3-inch diameter shocks with Bowen flatbed and the Go Fast camper on the back.
Got some Fab Rats action behind me. Check it out.
1959 Willys Wagon.
Robbie Layton. What is this thing, like a party delivery truck?
Apparently, it's a bread van. A pretty sick one at that.
Check it out.
This is an incredible build, but from what I heard, he actually wrecked it right before SEMA.
The Queen's riding in style.
Bleepin' Jeep's Jaguar double cab off-road wrecker. There's a first time for everything. Speaking of, ever seen a Mini Cooper with 40-inch tires? Rudy's Adventures King Cooper. This was an absolute favorite, 1965 Aston Martin DB5 with modifications. And when I say modifications, this puppy was straight out of James Bond. Resvani Motors. Their motto is where luxury meets military. First time I've ever seen one of these things. What do you think? This is their Vengeance model.
The new Land Cruiser.
I haven't decided my thoughts on these yet. They are sharp looking and pretty capable off-road. There were also quite a few Grenadiers at the show. I've seen a few of these on the road. This is the Quartermaster. It starts at $94K. I don't know, I'm still not convinced. And here's one in blue. I actually saw one outside with a Scout camper on the back. What do you think? Do you think it looks good? Of course, you'll have your nice looking Broncos. I love this orange Crush variety. This would be perfect for a nice cruise on the beach. Some pretty decked out Toyota 4Runners, one with a Go Overland rooftop tent, the other with a Lotse hardshell rooftop tent.
I had to get the Cybertruck.
Sorry to be the one to say it, but there were a lot of Cybertrucks at SEMA. I like the front bumper on this one and the winch. The interior almost resembled a police car. Do you like this bed rack kit? Does it possibly make the Cybertruck any less ugly?
Cybertruck. 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 Cybertrucks everywhere.
This was a pleasant surprise. It's not often that you see clean, classic car bodies ready for restoration. I should have brought my '67 Land Cruiser. Well, this is a new way to transport your side-by-side. Not sure how I feel about it. It's very high clearance. What happens when you approach an underpass? This setup, however, makes a lot more sense. New Steinjager doors gives it more of a safari feel. King shocks were on full display. Which one fits your build best? Because they've got them all. The last time I saw Shreddy was at King of the Hammers, and looks like he's still shredding. And you thought my truck was big. Just wait until I show you the Wasted Money Alley. You know me, I always have to showcase my classics, even if it is a GMC. 1968 Jeepster Commando, love the interior. And a big old red fire truck. Don't forget the F1 Million. This is a Honda Acti K truck that's been converted into a camper van. It's got an outdoor kitchen, a cozy sleeping area. The red one's just as cool, but less of a camper and more of a tool shop setup. It's perfect if you're a mobile mechanic. Heading back outside to check out some of the Overland setups, you'll see the Supertramp camper, the Ross Monster, which you've seen on my channel before. Also, some good looking Fords. I found this old mail truck, and if I had this thing, I'd be drifting around your mailbox like this. Few Jeeps I couldn't pass up. This is a 2022 Jeep Gladiator with tracks. Talk about potential for an epic snowboarding adventure. 2024 Rebel Off-Road Jeep Gladiator. 1976 Chevy K30. 1969 Chevy Corvette Sports Wagon, the Quavette. Rad Factory's Porsche truck build, and the Skiata, a Miata with skis. 1965 Jeep FJ6A postal vehicle. Not drifting in this guy. A few more classics. If you're a regular here, this truck may look familiar. This F100 with the 7.3 Godzilla won Hot August Nights in the classic truck division. Big Tech's Dodge Power Wagon with a 6.7 turbocharged Cummins on 42-inch tires. Moving on to my favorite alley of the day, wasted money.
Couldn't say it better myself.
The best way to ruin your truck. I actually really like the spikes on the wheels and the massive flatbed. At least they used Kings.
It's even got a little bobber on the back for the hitch.
Ever camped in a Land Rover Defender?
Outfitted with EcoFlow? Check this thing out. The Wave 2's hooked up right to the outside of the tent so you can stay nice and cool while you're sleeping during summer months. The vent for the AC is sticking out right there. Even got a little river right here for some extra power. So cozy up here. In the back, there's a Delta 2 Max 2,000 watt power station with a 2,000 watt extension for a total of 4,000 watts, the EcoFlow cooler fridge and ice chest, as well as the EcoFlow Wave 2 air conditioner on the roof, and the alternator charger hooked up behind the power station.
EcoFlow invited me to SEMA to check out their new Power Kit 2. This is the new kit. It's a really simple plug-and-play power system for vans, off-grid cabins, and RVs. I really like the new system because it has a much higher AC and DC output and a much higher alternator charging input, so you can charge the system faster while driving. It's now expandable up to 45 kilowatt hours, and they now have a dedicated outlet for 48 volt power, allowing you to plug directly into the hub and run a 48 volt rooftop air conditioner. There's some other upgrades that help make this kit one of the easiest and most powerful plug-and-play systems for off-grid living. And that's about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week back on an adventure.